So, hello guys, and welcome to the Redstone Quarry podcast, episode 48 today. And we again only have two people, but we're gonna try to make something from this. So, who's here?
I'm Niels.
I am Raf.
I'm Wout, and I meant two people plus me, because I'm more important than everyone else, of course. I deserve like moments
He
of
meant
count.
he wanted to say two others.
Yes, or
I'm
I'm just a
joined
very
by
egocentric person.
two people.
Either could be true. Anyway, we should probably get into this week's stuff. So, first follow-up, as usual. TRQ 47. Raf, you should have already have it open, of course. An unexpected length, yeah. As we said, it was going to be quite short. So let's do our news first. Yewe has very, very short comments, but very small amount of them he wrote our advice. Yay, we'll get into them later on. Dark says, "Hi Ref, how are you?" Ref, respond to that, please.
Hi, I'm fine, and I was fine last week too.
Okay.
Great.
Adrian Zumbisila suggests that they should have used cauldrons to get potion-tipped arrows. Then you would have to. Then you would put like. It seems a bit weird for me to put a single bottle of a potion in a cauldron. Like
I saw something like that on Reddit as well, I think. But actually, cauldrons, what are they used for at the moment?
yeah, like water.
Nothing.
Oh no, wait, because you can actually fill your bottles from actual water. That's how I do it, at least.
Yes, then it's infinite water, and in cauldrons it's
Yeah.
just three
Okay.
bottles. But I think that there's a use for cauldrons.
I know it. They should become like automatic
Yes,
potion
they
thing
are
fillers.
useful. They are the only movable by
Oh yeah,
pistons
from movable
block
comparators.
that
Yeah,
has a variable comparator output. They're really
yeah.
useful in that sense.
That's indeed how they often use the redstones, but that's the only use. Like they should maybe become the new way to automatically generate water bottles. Maybe that's going to be possible someday. I don't know. We
Is
don't
that
call them
not
cauldrons.
possible yet?
You
I
put
think it is.
hopper from the side into it with a water.
Yeah. Just like extract, like just make it not like a cauldron, like how you just like have it, give it like a GUI. Just like put a glass bottle in and then like wait 10 seconds. And then you put the water
that
in.
sounds so modded. Like it sounds so modded. Minecraft.
Yeah, but I think it's just because we're so used to this as vanilla. Like, I don't think there's anything really that wrong with it. But then we'd also have to refill the water, of course. That would be like the top spot or something, maybe water buckets. I don't know. Oh well. I think it would be alright, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then we would have an automated
It's
way.
bad.
I mean, you can actually like say, okay, alright, I'm gonna put the stuff back. These glass, drink my potions. Let's put them back, and it actually automatically brews them anew. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, we should probably move on. So, other comments.
Other comment. Myron commented, you can still break bedrock by placing ender crystals inside the rock in the end dimension. The latest snapshot 15W44V. Yes, I actually was wrong. That wasn't fixed. The thing is, it only creates the fire on the end dimension, which is
true.
the thing that actually breaks the bedrock. So
They can
basically,
break
there is
can't
no
use it
use
for
for
sure.
like
in the
survival tech.
Yep.
Well,
except
in
for
the
like
end,
bedrock on top of portals, I guess. But I'm not sure if that disappears or not. Oh well. And they can't really get inside of that easily. So, oh well. Anyway, yeah, it's not easy really, but I guess it's just not too practical either. Oh well. Anyway, the Biker Extreme comment something. Oh, it was basically about story mode. It was censored by Neil, so I will not mention what it was about because then we will leak what Ruff said.
Like
Okay, then.
really, I want opinions from the viewership. Is it okay to say the F word?
No, Niels is gonna censor that. It's all over.
I will do a beep on it because that makes them more fun at least, and at least it's yeah.
Okay, yes.
I hate you.
Well then, you.
Okay. Anyway, so that's that. So
By the
Roby's
way,
comment.
Raph,
Yes.
you can do that one word and what you were thinking in that part.
I won't say it.
Okay. Otherwise, I can make a marking. Just beep it.
Okay, so
Anyway, so then Roby says one hashtag blame out. I'm sorry. I was Monday. I was doing important stuff. I came home late, and then I like ate. and had a long talk, and then it was like 9:15. The thing is, Niels only gave me the download link at and then like said it was uploading at 20:15. Then again, we recorded late, so I'm not gonna blame Niels here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just late.
I
then,
would
so.
blame Wout because Wout didn't do it on the
Hey,
Saturday.
I'm not
so-
responsible. Like the enemy was also there.
But I don't blame. If you are going to blame me, then I will blame you back.
Well, yeah, sure. I'll just blame you in like a
Well,
year.
I was actually pretty happy about the length of the podcast, how we got through it pretty fast. What I wasn't
Yeah.
happy about is Wout taking literally half the podcast for the follow up.
Okay, let's continue then. I'm not spending too much time on follow up. 2. Wout, are you sure that are you sure that your SandGen transport is not limited to the transport of sandblock of the platform? And that takes some time and is probably the most limiting factor in terms of speed, which I think is another reason why Ray is using them. By the way, they got fixed in 1.9. I heard that last one about 1.9, but I could still find it interesting to do it in 1.8. Because I love 1.8 for like a year or something, from what I can tell, so I don't know. I'm happy to try it in this update. Would of course be better if it stayed in the game, but I can live with it going away. And the most limiting factor in terms of speed, well, yeah, there does seem to be some reason why you can only do the trick with like 1 cent every 3 game ticks. I do not know why, but like Ray's setup isn't arbitrary. It seems I tried it with 2 game ticks and 1 game tick in between every cent falling into the portal. It just didn't work. It worked with 3, but with 2 and 1, it just not a cent came through. So I guess it just takes 3 ticks for it to fall off the platform, as in falling in the center of the platform and stuff. Optimizing that, no, I don't think it's possible, to be honest. At least not with this trick. Then you'll need to work with another glitch, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I think I have an idea now, but I should probably not discuss that right now. Oh well, we'll see. Yeah, I'll think about it after the podcast. So
Gary,
yeah,
I
no,
want
we
to
still have
respond
some.
to you a little bit.
Well, we first have still have 2 things by Robert Toby. Then we're done. Oh well.
Dewey, okay, I understand
We
that
were going
you're
to do the Robert
watching a
Toby.
podcast on a.
Raf, are you
I
listening to what
understand that
Wout
you're
said?
watching a podcast on an iPad and you cannot take notes because of app switching. Seriously, do you not own a notebook and a pen?
Question: what version of the iPad do you have? Because if you have the Air, you can have 2 full apps. No, next to each other. iOS 9, and if you have, I think all the other ones except the first one, so all the ones that can do iOS 9, you can have simple apps next to it. So you can probably have something like Notepad, the notes, the built-in notes. So yeah, you can do notes if you update.
Yeah, no, I mean there are some applications as far as I know, but it's hard to switch, I guess. Oh well. Anyway, should move on. So back to Roby's comment, because for some reason Ralph decided to hijack the comment chain from me. You can make more than 6 arrows since you first shoot arrows and then add the potion, you get it all tipped, which means it's infinite. I don't know anything about snapshots, I don't have anything to comment. You guys.
I don't really mess with the snapshots.
Okay, same story. Let's move on. The only thing that would fix all the...
spawn.
Okay, RC spawn, that's our final answer, as the group has decided unanimously. The only thing that would fix gold problems and OPness is fixing Pigman AI that fixes the super efficient, super cheap farm and is also survival less annoying. If you want a lot of output, you should invest a lot in the farm, but if you only want a few resources at a time, you should also only get a few items out, which is in the Pigman AI was not the case, indeed. And that has nothing to do with gold apples, and I still don't get why this nerf was implemented at all. I agree. It's easy to farm gold anyway. You don't need to work hard for it. There's no like curve as you describe it, and yeah, yet they still nerfed it for some reason. So maybe they should just nerf the curve so it actually is like a curve. So the harder designs actually produce more. Oh well, then all of the other stuff.
I doubt it if they will ever do something like that.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't
But,
think they're gonna look. They would just rather just remove all automation, probably.
I believe.
Well, Niels, you're good at this game, putting cactus green in the input chest of the smelter instead of your ender chest. Apparently, one misclick is enough for you to notice and complain about. I wasn't aware. Then
Did
you
they
also
still leave it in there?
I don't know, like he mentioned it, so you did something in the background footage.
Yeah, I was getting green dye so I could make cyan dye. So for the for making the towers at the witch farm area. That's what
Okay.
what's in the background footage.
We like cyan clay a lot.
Yeah, it's like a nice gray color. I used also use on fix.
Well, Diddle started with the cyan clay everywhere, so it looks fine. So
I follow Mojang news this week. It was quite an interesting snapshot. And yeah, basically it was quite a bug fix. But also they changed the overpowered achievement since you cannot craft enchanted golden apples anymore. That achievement was unobtainable and now it's basically just eat a golden apple because you can still find them in, for example, mineshaft chests.
Oh, okay. Actually thought that through then. It's kind of easy though then. Oh well. Especially like they call it overpowered, but like the normal golden apple is basically worthless now. Or did they? Oh no,
No,
wait, they
it got
actually
fixed.
reversed it.
It
Yeah,
got fixed.
indeed.
They reversed it.
Sorry.
But the good one is still like not craftable.
Well, I only have one thing to note about Mojang
why
news
are
this
they
week.
no longer craftable? That they're fixed to
Because Mojang.
uh,
They just took it away from us.
so that's another thing if you want to go to 1.9. Craft
Yep,
a shit
just
ton
craft
of
notch apples.
Well,
Okay.
anyway, I have one important thing to mention from Mojang news this week. They changed the site layout. I like the old one. Like it, like the feed on the side and stuff. I don't know. Now it looks like any WordPress site or something, even though it's not WordPress. It just I don't know. It just feels like that to me, but it's not that different. But like you don't have the Twitter feed anymore. And I like the color scheme of the old one. Now it's just like white.
Do you mean
and
the
black.
Minecraft.net or
No,
Mojang.com?
Mojang.com.
Let me check it.
I don't like it either.
Well, maybe just because I'm used to the old one, but I like the old one a bit more. Oh well, it felt a bit less. This feels a bit less
looks
original.
like any WordPress site. I'm just like.
Okay, I also said okay. Anyway, that wasn't just a random thought I had. Oh well, it just seems like so generic to me. I don't know. Yeah. Oh well, that's just me maybe. Moving on though, it's not really Minecraft related. So more stuff in the news this week. I guess we already covered Mojang news, so let's talk about actual stuff which happened. I guess. You guys want to start with anything?
Should we start with like general news?
Well, that's what we usually do, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mango is apparently back to tree farms.
And did he last week also make one of those
Isn't it
things
like what he
again?
always does? So
Now, like he's now back to high performance tree farms, not simple ones.
okay, yes.
So this week he broke 2 records, both for the fastest Darko tree farm, which is 30,400 blocks per hour.
Question: did he break his own record?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, it's not hard to break a record if you're the only person doing it, because then you just do tiny, tiny steps every time. Like, I don't see AI from anyone's farms anymore. Like, back in the
He
day.
actually he broke the previous record with a farm that returned enough saplings, which actually was held by Cycraft, and he broke it by, I think it's more than 5 times or something. So it's quite an achievement. So in the video, he actually put a thing, perfect redstone mess.
Okay.
I thought that was actually hilarious.
So he
So
basically
it
said this
uses
is a
5.
perfect SMS, and it works.
Yep.
The end. Okay.
Okay, it uses 5 dispensers, it has hover minecars inside logs to catch every single sapling possible. And also it returns 4.1 saplings per tree, so just enough.
Does it really? Wait. I think I saw it. He doesn't have the hopper minecart on every layer, right?
I don't think so. I
Yeah, so it's
haven't
not
checked.
all possible saplings. There's still some of them lost.
Most saplings. It gets more than any farm before.
Enough.
Yep.
Saplings.
The new fastest tree farm in Minecraft, Farms Verge, and it has a totally new dual core design. Actually,
What does it mean?
basically you harvest 2 trees instead of 1. There's 2 dirt blocks.
And you just like play the
Alternating
saplings fast
between
enough.
them.
Okay.
Yep. And it's quite an issue to get enough saplings because you only have like half the tree, so half the leaves. But he did it, and at the end of the video, he was also talking about possible ways to break his own record by making the both trees independent, so that could be a little bit faster. And okay, it produces 75,000 items per hour, and yeah, basically it's the new fastest tree farm in Minecraft.
Well, I do not recommend building it. If you just wait a week, then there's a better one. So that's
Yeah.
my advice.
Yeah, like what really baffles me a lot is that we are getting to the 60,000 logs per hour mark really fast.
What's like the big thing about that?
Nothing, it's just an impressive number.
Oh, okay.
It's what was it again? The exact number?
It's 50,000 items, 57,000 items per hour.
Uh-huh. And what was the impressive number?
60,000.
60 is way more impressive than, let's say 50.
A bit.
I think 59,635 is way more impressive. That's the real impressive point.
Now, the best number is
1 million.
6,969.
No. 10 million miljard.
It's a joke, by the way, for those who don't know. Niels tries to like steal Flemish jokes and claim them for his own.
Wout, you should be happy because wow, that's something that came out of Flemish culture, and that who other people are mentioning it, or that Belgium land is so good. You
Yes,
should
of
be
course. That's what I
happy.
think about all day. Belgium lands being
Like-
represented well in like global culture.
Hmm.
Yes, Raf?
Well, I have no more videos to talk about. Oh, wait, I missed a tree farm. By request of a lovely Jiwi, he made a simple acacia tree farm, which
Just on the
actually
side.
is not acacia only. It has quite simple redstone, not as simple as the other simple tree farm, but still quite simple. To get
If you-
rid of branches,
You ask
it
for
uses.
wait. If you ask for acacia only one, and you get something else with it, then I don't think you should complain. Like, oh, can I have
Yeah.
a cookie? Oh yeah, here, have a free drink as well. I don't want that. I just want the cookie, but it's free. Who is quick to say no?
Yeah.
Niels' analogies usually
Yeah.
involve cookies, like Snickers and stuff.
It's either
What
cookies
should they
or
otherwise
Snickers.
use? Hey, a vacuum cleaner. Hey, here. Also have a, I don't know. What else should you get?
I don't know, like I only know 2 items in my life, Snickers and vacuum cleaners.
There's something that makes sense for vacuum cleaners.
Filters.
Yes, yeah. Have a filter with it. I don't want it. I just want to vacuum clean it because I want to. Yeah.
Niels, your jokes are really not going anywhere. Just stop.
It's not a
Okay.
joke. It's just yeah.
So he uses like fixed logs in where branches would grow because apparently acacia trees only grow branches in a cross pattern, not diagonally. And yeah, that's how it works. So yay. Um yeah. Those branches also power the double extenders that break the leaves, so that's quite a good use of them. It has 3 dispensers and it farms 3 types of wood. Acacia and oak at 16 at 16,000 logs per hour, and birch at 22,000 logs per hour. So it's quite a nice little farm, if you ask me.
Yeah, just like all the other ones.
Like, why can you stop with your tree farms? Like, he's been making these guys for like ages. It's like I would spend all of my life making doors or something. I don't know.
Oh, 100 by 100 door. Next week, 90 by 90 door.
Wait, that's smaller. That
Oh no,
seems
wait.
like a very bad
You
Next
should
idea.
do a 10 by 10 door.
128 by 128.
Next week,
Like, I just made it
11
expandable right
by
away, so I
11
never
door.
had to improve it. Actually, you can improve it, but
Yes, but just
One by one
have
block.
that
256 by
expandable,
256.
that your design, but then just make a different size of it. That's a new door. Yeah, it just
yeah,
made it in 2 days.
Not really.
That's like awesome.
2 days is kind of slow. Spent 1 day on the 100 by 100 one. Well,
Then one day.
well, yeah, I had a 10 by 10 already, of course.
Seriously, like, operating and building your door is a waste of life.
Probably.
It
Oh, well, it depends on
seriously
if you find it fun. It isn't. Maybe I find it fun.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, but it's kind of a waste of life to operate it.
I
it's
disagree.
just
Oh, well.
something like lots of those doors. Maybe they come in handy one day, but people who make a lot of doors, I think it's also just for fun and to say, yeah, I made a door. It's a
And
fancy
it's
door.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Well, yeah, maybe we should move on because we're really not getting anywhere today.
About possibly, yeah, you just made the door to be awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
So, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about from this week?
I don't have anything else on my list.
Really?
But
Okay.
something from last week that enemy that we missed in Hoppy is back.
Yeah, that's not last week. That's like last month.
No, but
Like, he actually made
back
videos.
and uploaded
okay.
something.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll check it out for the next podcast and see if it's worth talking about. Like, the thing is, he has always been very much well, again, he's been very much on his own. Like, recently I watched one of his videos again, and like he's a person like I don't mind. Like, if you, it's about having fun. If you want like to do everything on your own more, then fine. But it's not a great attitude for a podcast where we talk about the developments in the community. So like I don't know if he's gonna make stuff which will really blow our minds, or it will just be like, hey, I made this or that, which is also nice, but like it's not that good probably. I don't know. We'll see. But I should probably just stop talking right now, shouldn't I?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's not that much more to mention. That's just my opinion.
Well,
Oh,
then
well.
just tell us about, I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something you can choose.
I can choose. Oh my god, Niels is giving me like freedom. I think there's something wrong with Niels people. No. In that case, I guess I will discuss videos from this week. For my subscriptions, I don't think I really have anything this week already. No, not really. There wasn't much stuff this week. Oh yeah, Mojang released the Redstone, the Redstone thingy, being the MCPE Redstone Mansion playthrough. Speaking of that, they also released an update or something, but you can check that out. I won't link it. MCPE
MCP.
Redstone
Talking
Mansion
about
playthrough.
Minecraft Pocket Edition, I don't know if it was this week or last week, but did you know Hypixel had a Pocket
Yeah, they
Edition
barely have a
server?
server. Yeah, it's insane.
I joined it. It was, yeah, I was playing survival games. I lost. But if I click something, because it's a mobile device, it goes via Wi-Fi, and then it also has to go to New York, I think. So it's
Yeah, it's
quite a
not
big
New York
ping.
anymore, but it's close. I think it's like in
Um,
Chicago these days. I've heard.
Actually, you can buy a USB OTP Ethernet adapter for your phone.
What adapter?
A USB Ethernet adapter.
Yeah, but that's
and
usually
have
like
Ethernet.
if you want to take that effort, you probably should just be playing on your PC here to start with.
Yeah.
Well, what
I
if
think
don't
you
own
should
a
get
PC?
an iPad emulator on your PC and use that. But then you can also just use the normal game.
Yeah, it's kind of like nonsense.
I've messed with getting networks, sharing them with some jailbroken apps, because then you have access to that. But none of them really worked. Good. Yeah, they worked, but only for the trial period.
Okay then.
And with
Anyway,
sharing internet, you can only, yeah, as far as I know, it's by default it's only made that you can share internet from your phone to your PC and not the other way around.
Yeah, that's quite stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on you guys' list?
No.
Let me get the list. Nope. I think.
Well, you guys handled it quickly. No, I still actually have stuff to talk about, but I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to know if you guys saw something. So something I still want to talk about is, well, first of all, it's a wiki article. It's not a video. It's a wiki article about strongholds, and it's the wiki. They could be wrong, yes. But we discussed this a couple of weeks ago, and we kind of didn't have a clue. So I thought it was worth mentioning this because I happened to read to Summilton to like look this page up this week. So basically, the wiki says that the way the songs will be generated in the new world is actually 128. It's still limited, but you have way more. And then like generated in different rings around spawn. Initially, right now we have one ring 640, 200, 1151 blocks from the origin. So that's not necessarily spawn.
And then whenever they add something new, they will add it in the second ring or what?
Yeah, there's like second, third, there's 6 rings basically, but not all of them have to be filled because like basically the gap of each ring seems to be variable. It doesn't like only the first ring has actually a defined amount of strongholds being 3. And as a result, it looks like the 2 final rings may or like do not have to be filled entirely or whatever. I don't know. Like it's a bit random, so it can be 5 rings, it can be 6 rings, maybe 4 rings. I don't know. Depends on your world. But either way, if you're really lucky, you can have your furthest stronghold at 26,000 blocks, which is still not that far out really, but it's something, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, with that out of the way, we should probably.
Oh wait. You tweet. I saw something about infinite mineshafts, and you said something.
Yeah, that was next on my list. So
Whoa.
let me quickly just write this note. So
Maybe I can just see your list.
well,
Maybe
my
you
list is
hacked
in
a
my head, so
security
that doesn't
cam
work.
across the street.
Right. Yes. Anyway, Minecraft Wiki stronghold article. So this week we have something else. In my opinion, quite a special video. I was really excited. Really, I don't know. This video really was a nice one in my opinion. Like just a really nice invention. Basically, Azelef made a video. Basically showcases an infinite mineshaft, which is naturally generated. And he also posted an explanation video like a day or 2 later, or 1 day, and I will link to that one as well. However, I will do my best to explain myself because I actually looked into it for a bit and I completed this challenge. Unfortunately, Panda was earlier apparently, though I didn't probably understand that at the time. So you can check both videos down in the description. Basically, what it's about is you have a seed, and that seed will just mess with generation basically. Like caves will be repeated along one axis, and if you stumble upon the mine shaft, it will basically go on forever. That's what it seems to be like. Now the way this is caused is basically not everything in the generation, like population actually uses a different kind of seed, and therefore you can't do the same thing with dungeons and such. But basically for this part of generation, we like about planning mine shafts and about generating caves. It seems it uses a base seed for the chunk, which is based on 3 things, being the world seed, the chunk X, and Z coordinates. Did you guys actually watch the explanation video?
No.
No. I did know. I did saw your tweet that you can have uh, another seed if you add this and this number to it, then you have a new one. That basically
Yeah,
is the same.
well,
right?
that's something about all seeds actually. Like the Java random class only uses 48-bit seeds, but like the number is 64-bit. So like you can enter 64-bit numbers into the class, but it will just modular them when it starts and just go down. Then yeah, So you can work with multiples and such. Of course, you can also work with strings, which will get converted to a number through some hash or something. So yeah, like there's technically less lots of seed if you want to interpret it that way. Depends a bit on your definition. But anyway, so there basically what Azelef created a seed which generates these repeated things along the x-axis, and his challenge was to find a seed which does it along the z-axis, and Pan did that first, and I think I was second, and I don't know, I don't think anyone else did it really. But yeah, anyway, that was kind of a cool challenge. So basically, let me get to this straight. Basically, the way it works is because you have this base chunk seed. What it basically gets down to, it's defined by 3 variables. A variable which is a random number times your x coordinates, variable which is your random a number times a y coordinate, so times your z coordinates, and your world seed. Now, basically, as I said, you have these 2 random numbers which you're multiplying with your coordinates. Then you're using those as variables in your final seed function. If you can get this variable to, you can get that number to 0, then the variable will be 0 regardless of the coordinate involved, right?
Hmm?
I'm trying to make sense to you guys, so that means I'm also making sense to the other people listening, I hope. And basically, by doing that, you basically make it irrelevant what the coordinate is. So it's really about finding a world seed where after that operation, it will always give that a 0 as that random number. So basically, first it gets the random number for the x, then for the z. So he found a way to the seed where the first one will always be 0, and Panda first found one to make sure that the second one is always 0. And yeah, it's kind of cool. Like first I tried to brute force it, but way too many seeds, no point to it. Kind of looked into the logic, like I mean, it's actually kind of funny because last week I talked about how I ported the random class and I didn't really do anything with it. Well, guess what? I did do something with it. I could easily read it now and just didn't have to like go through documentation constantly. I just could check my own code and see exactly how the
The
random
Wout was
functions work and
secretly
stuff.
preparing for this.
Yes, of course, it was all planned.
Ah.
Then I would probably have made a video about it myself, but that's another story.
Yeah, but you were just a bit too late.
It was just so easy, you see. Like I didn't bother.
That's too easy. You only want the hard
I do the
videos
difficult
where you
stuff
can,
like pushing sands.
yeah,
That's hard.
and first talking about the first 5 minutes. Why do you even watch my videos and and
Oh,
then
come on,
and
that's.
then finally say it?
I'm not like
Oh,
that.
that's
I'm
bad.
like, I think there's a lot of things about videos which aren't that enjoyable. I'm aware of that. That's what I'm trying to say. If people find them enjoyable, then that's great. I just like, I don't know. Like that's the better way of phrasing what I sometimes say, I guess. Oh well. Anyway, so that's kind of the rough explanation of how it works. Now, as to how to get that seed, it's basically a matter of reading the code. In the end, I managed to create a formula, but then I didn't know how that worked, so I got help from someone else actually with modular arithmetic, and he actually inversed the modular operation, which is like the hard mathematical part. And don't blame me. We never like all I saw about modulus in high school is like this one like extra lecture we were going to with our class meant for high school students, and they like briefly mentioned modulo and like remainder classes or something. I don't know. Yeah, they didn't explain anything about like the rules within a modular space and that kind of stuff. So I don't have a clue what it was about, and I don't blame myself. Oh well. It does teach me though that sometimes like stuff you learn in uni can actually be applicable in real life. Only I didn't learn this yet, so too bad. And I think that's going to be Azelef's video.
It's not just stuff that you learn at university. It's stuff that you learn at school.
In general, yeah. Like actually, that's more applicable because it's
why do you ever need it? Whoa.
Well, yeah, like high school is
Needed
actually a lot
it.
more applicable because it's lots less specific. Well, like I've used some stuff from college so far,
Well,
but
the thing is, if you go to university, it's for a topic that you like, a subject
yes.
that you like. So
But
it's
usually they teach you so much stuff about this. Very like I use the high school is just the basis, like Pythagoras theorem, integration. Like this is stuff I use sometimes. Derivation, like I use it sometimes in my
sinus
past
and
time
cosinus
when I'm doing
stuff
calculations.
and all
Yeah,
of
like
those things.
trigonometry, like that stuff. Well, you expand on it
That's
in college, but like, well, depending on what you choose, of course. Like I'm saying, like in a STEM course like I'm
And
taking.
the thing you learn in primary school, like reading, that's quite
Yes, that's
useful.
also yes. In primary school is
Just
even better, but like you get my point.
9 plus 3. Did you know that's 12? That's
Oh
like,
no, I thought it was 13. Anyway, so yeah.
I thought it was fish.
Oh right, because we haven't heard enough from Norwegian yet. Oh well. Yeah, we should probably move on. So that's kind of my list for the week.
Did you
Not
know
sure
a
there's anything
whale
else.
is bigger than a mouse?
Yes, I've seen whales, and I think I've seen doorbells, which are like basically mouses. So they're like a bit. They're similar to mouses. They're not the exact same species, of course. In fact, there's like lots of mouse species. They're not the same like family. I don't know. But yeah, they're bigger. I know. Thanks.
Okay. Well, you learned something again.
Yes, of course. That's what it was all about. Just learning today.
Yeah, learning about whales and question. What is
Yes.
your how interesting is this topic on a scale of
The
1
whales.
to squirrel?
Rodents.
Exactly, that's perfect answer.
Like, what are you even talking about? This is still technical Minecraft podcast, right? Or did I miss something?
Oh, then it's wrong. Okay, let's do something else then.
Okay, I'm not sure what just happened there, but let's continue.
I thought that this was just some children's show, but oh.
I think Dios is trying to make a joke. Ralph, just laugh and pretend nothing's wrong.
Ha 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 ha.
It's a joke.
Because I'm
Well,
more
I didn't
important
do
than
much
things.
that is relevant for the podcast, so I don't feel like talking about much of anything.
No, we can live with that, I guess.
Well, I did stuff that's not important for podcast, and I didn't do background footage yet. That's,
yet.
that's important because server
Okay.
was down. But, yeah.
That's why you should have background footage filed up.
I do have that, but this week I just didn't have time to make new stuff, new background
Okay, so you
footage.
still have background footage.
Yeah, just a bit. I think I still have like half an hour or something because last week I didn't really use any background footage. It's just a tiny bit. So.
Okay. Anyway, so basically, you guys have something to talk about, and I can talk about my week of Sandtech. It's gonna be really spammy, but oh well.
Yep.
Well, I set up the new server, but yeah.
Oh, you're right. We have like new TeamSpeak server and such, but it's not too important to the viewers.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I didn't make background footage. I think that's somewhat important.
All right, Niels, now you have an excuse. Yay.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, all planned out like this.
Planning. What's that?
Whatever. So yeah, basically what I was trying to say is that I worked on Suntech this entire week. Basically, I think I mentioned it last week already. I already started last week. I made 2 new videos about this week. Yay! I guess I'll just talk about them one by one. First, like a general status update video where I just mentioned like I'm working on bulk conveyors as I call them. Basically, the whole problem with the sun. Okay, let's go back to the beginning really here. We have Ray Sandstorm. A couple months ago, video was made about it. I'll link to the showcase video. If I can find it at least. Okay, here we go. So basically, Sandstorm works using the AND crystal trick, and crystal always breaks blocks where it's inside of kind of. So if it's in the end, therefore you can keep the platform open really easy. You can use the multiplication glitch to get your sand through there. Blah 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 blah. Problems though, which I didn't find that clear in the video. I only had to find out like this week when I actually asked Ray about it. And he mentioned like one other comment, but it really wasn't clear to me. This farm is not single player friendly at all, or it is if you do some really weird trick to get 2 players into a world, but I don't know about that. I've heard it's possible. That's all.
Open to LAN.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's not. If you're asking me, like it should be possible with 1 player, so that's like my I kind of have two goals set in mind. Possible with one player and no placement required. In other words, we have to preserve the blocks, not just turn them into items and then send those around. Those bring a lot of complications with us. I will talk more about more of those in my future videos probably, because I've done a lot of progress as well since my last video. However, today I'll just mention what I mentioned in the videos, being that, well, how can we first of all actually accept sand this quickly coming out of the ad platform, like 1 cent every 3 game ticks, so that's like over 6 cents per second. How do you put it into a conveyor? Like, how do you split it up into different conveyors and send those to the overworld? Well, guess what? You can basically work with one conveyor, just act on top of each other a couple of times and have one control circuit. And I call these bulk conveyors. And they're kind of an idea by macro, so a macro comp. So, well, you saw you in the podcast. So credits to him for that. And with that, it's actually really easy to set up a conveyor which can handle the speed, which like a solid 3 game tick speed. Unfortunately, that's not how it turns out to be in reality always. But again, that's stuff for another video. That's only found out yet today. Basically with that, I made a conveyor and a setup at the end portal, which actually splits the sand up so that it drops 1 cent into the portal every 3 game ticks. And then also like does it in the end, and like it actually duplicated sand. However, I did not make a setup where it actually like continuously send sand around, so it produces it at a 0.15 seconds per cent rate, which is what I worked on today as well. But again, that's for another video. That's kind of my first video, and my second video is just an instant bulk 3 high conveyor. It's a really short video, just showing that I basically needed an instant conveyor, not the ones I used before, because of chunk loading problems. I kind of wanted to get my sand like as fast as possible to the ant portal from this overall spawn. There's a lot of useful things about it, using an instant conveyor, both that chunk loading problems and just you don't need a large buffer in your ends because the sand gets around really quickly. That's stuff I'll discuss in another video. It sounds weird probably. Anyway, yeah, those are my 2 videos I made this week. And should I mention anything else? I don't know. You guys comment.
I don't know.
Did I make sense in the past 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a lot, you know.
Yes, that's a lot indeed.
Yep, it kind of like was one of the classes that sometimes we have. It's like, oh my god, I want this to end. I didn't understand the shit. Oh wait.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll try to like I don't want to spend an entire podcast explaining my own stuff. It seems like a bit stupid. Like podcast should be a bit briefly covering all subjects. So I think I already spent too much time on it, or at least enough time. So I know we can maybe talk about it offline. Anyway, anything else we should mention this week? I don't know, like
yeah, I think that's all.
yeah, we've kind of gone through the news and stuff we did this week. I went kind of fast, I have to say. Yeah, just I guess it's gonna be it for this podcast. I don't know, Niels.
Yeah.
That
I
went fast.
don't know. Yeah.
Blame enemy not being there. He always talks a lot.
Yeah, but
basically, if you want a longer podcast, just yell at the other members to see if they are coming next week. So basically,
Yeah.
yell at enemy at Rigi in Twitter.
Yeah, other people. Yeah, doesn't matter. Just enemy.
yeah. Hashtag blame out. By the way, if you do that.
Okay. Yes, if I'm late, just go ahead. I guess whatever.
No,
it's fine.
if you mention enemy on Twitter about this, then blame out.
Oh, thanks. Oh well. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be a 10.
Wout
What's rough?
to the outro.
Niels. In this voucher, I'm going to ask
Hey,
Niels.
this doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Wait, it's out.
Yes.
Just do the outro. That's
Yeah, I was doing it. My voucher this time is about why Niels allowed Ralph to ask me to do the voucher, which is a
no,
traditional Niels thing.
I was just waiting a moment, and then I want to start talking, and then that's just
And then the Spanish guy
unacceptable.
interrupted you.
Unacceptable.
Oh no. Angry Spaniard. I told you. Oh well, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this part show. Awkward route show for awkward podcast, partially. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.